South Florida has been invaded by many non-native species of reptiles including Burmese pythons, Argentinian tegus, green iguanas, spectacled caimans, and so many more. Today, we are testing our skills to design a lizard trap that will effectively catch the Madagascar day gecko. Day geckos are non-native to South Florida, but their population has been growing and spreading for years. It is our mission today to see just how many we can catch with our homemade trap. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Landon Scherr and we are jumping right into today's mission. Now we have done a lizard trap before, so let's see what happened. We've opened up our stick, put one piece into here. It's only been about 30 seconds and we already have a female African agama, and look how gorgeous this guy is. Here, Limbani, look at this. Look at this lizard with Limbani on the back. Those lizard traps work so well, but today's trap is gonna be totally different. To make this trap, we need a bucket, plastic wrap, tape, and crickets. I'll show you guys exactly how to set up this trap once we get to the spot, so let's hop in the truck.
1 hour later.
And here we are in the forest where all of the day geckos are. Now what we have to do now that we're down here is set these traps. I've already made one of these at the house and it's kind of self-explanatory with the crickets being in the bottom. The crickets are going to be used to attract these geckos, and this saran wrap that we have on the top here is going to prevent them from escaping quickly. This should keep the geckos in the bucket long enough for us to be able to get our hands on them. But what we're going to do is set up another one of these traps. We have all the supplies right here, so let's see how long it takes. So what we're gonna do is get our handy dandy saran wrap here, and we're going to try to lay it over the top. Now there's a lot of different lizard traps that you guys can probably see online, and basically a lot of different things can work. What you need for any trap is some sort of bait or attractant to attract the thing over to the trap and help it to get inside. It has to have a reason to get inside, whether it's something to eat, a cool place to hide, maybe at night or whatever. There's a lot of different types of traps that you can set, but we've got this set here. And what we're gonna try to do is take this packing tape and lay it around the side here. And this saran wrap allows as a buffer for us to keep that gecko inside of here, but also allow the gecko to see through the clear saran wrap and look at those juicy crickets sitting on the bottom. The geckos love to hang out on the bases of the trees. I'll try to roll some videos of that if we're able to see them like that today. But basically what we're gonna do is take this bucket with some crickets in it, put it at the base of the tree where we see the geckos hanging out, and hopefully the gecko will look at those crickets, come down the tree, get into the bucket, and then we'll be able to take a close look at him. So let's get some crickets in here. It probably won't take much, just a couple. And you guys can see those crickets are standing out in the white bucket. You definitely want a bright or white colored bucket for this. If it was a black bucket, it would make it very difficult for those geckos to be able to see this. Now let's go find some trees where the geckos are. So we've been walking around looking for geckos, and we actually just saw one go up this tree. We didn't even scare him that bad. He kind of just shot up, so I'm not trying to talk here too loud. But we're gonna set our trap here just at the base of the tree. And what we want to do is try to prop this bucket up to where it kisses the side of the tree, and that way the gecko will get into the bucket easier. It'll be an easy transition from the tree trunk to the bucket. I think this rock will be perfect just to prop up the bucket like this, and that is looking perfect. Let's see what happens. There's actually a gecko right here, guys, that I think we can get down. Oh, he's way too high now. He's too high up there. We've got our second bucket set up right here. We just saw another one. This whole area is looking really, really good. If I had my longer lens, I'd be able to capture some of the geckos in the canopy, but I think they're gonna come down and hunt these crickets. Now that the traps are set, all we have to do is wait. No way, guys, we're just checking our trap. Look at this, come push in, push in. He's stuck. Oh. I wanna cover our entry here. We have a little green baby in here. This is a tiny day gecko, and I don't know if the camera can focus through that saran wrap, But obviously, he tried going and grabbing one of these big crickets. Look how big those crickets are compared to him. I cannot believe this trap actually worked. This is the first time I've ever tried to do something like this, but we have to set this trap back up on this tree because this is not the one we saw earlier. This is actually a different one. This is a much smaller one. I'm gonna try to catch him out of here. We saw a larger one on the tree take off. He's gonna come up on the saran wrap. Look at this. His little sticky feet, you gotta be so gentle with them because you can actually rip their skin pretty easily. Oh, there he is on my hand. I got his little foot. That's probably one of the most gentle ways to pick him up. There we go. Look at this little jewel. This guy is just beautiful. And it is so amazing to be able to come out here and find these guys. They're native to Madagascar, but they're obviously reproducing down here in South Florida because this little baby just hatched not too long ago, and his mom and his dad and his grandpa and his grandma, all his family members are in these trees. So let's see what else we can find. All right, we're checking the next trap. I don't see anything up here. Oh my gosh, look at that. We have gecko number 2. He's inside the trap. Here, take the camera. We're gonna have to grab this guy. Oh man. Oh, there he is. Look at this. We have our day gecko number 2. Look at that. Woo! This is a little bit bigger one. Now this is not as big as these guys can get. I'm trying to hold them and support them here so we don't beat them up too much, because the more they wiggle, that skin can actually rip. It's very, very soft. You are squiggly. This guy's really trying to wiggle away, so I'm trying to cover his body and support him a little bit. But that is gecko number 2. Let's keep using these traps. Look how beautiful this little guy is. So we just got a full video of him going down into the bucket. The first 2 we caught by leaving the traps here after seeing those geckos in the different areas, in the different trees. My friend and I actually went to lunch, grabbed a drink because it is hot, and we came back and found those 2. Now this one, we actually were able to wait and watch him go in, but this is not the area we caught him in. We actually set the trap in a different area, and that is how we plucked off this guy, and he is just gorgeous. Okay, all right, I get it. Look how beautiful these day geckos are. This is what makes them so popular in the pet trade and so loved by everybody. It's one of the most gorgeous lizards that we have down here in South Florida as an invasive species, but it's also one of the most beautiful lizards in the world. And this is just so cool to be able to catch this guy and share it with you. You could see, if I can hold him gently enough, he's got these beautiful orange markings on his back, as well as that gorgeous green color that you have already seen. So we're gonna get this guy into one of the containers and we're gonna keep trying to catch him. So this guy was not going down into the trap. He kept going to the floor thinking that the crickets were on the floor, and he couldn't really get the full idea. So instead of waiting too long, I went over there and grabbed him. I don't know if it came out on the camera, but you could see how he's darkened his colors. He's a little bit stressed out by us grabbing him. What a beauty. And just like that, we are back at the house and we were actually able to catch 6 day geckos with our homemade trap. If you guys want to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. If you guys are already subscribed, you might have missed me for a little bit, but we have a lot to catch you guys up on, a lot of updates going on over here, so you guys aren't going to want to miss it. The next video should be coming out on Wednesday. I will see you guys then. Peace.